I recorded it all for two reasons. Number one, to put it, are we on? I record the seminars on tape so I can have it put in my time capsule. I have a time capsule here on the estate with some of my memorabilia and possessions. So 500 or 1,000 years from now, because I expect the castle will still be standing since it stood since 1468, that people can see what I had to say. Also, that, 25 or 40 years from now when I'm 100 and something, people can't say that I preach conspiracy here to you fucking feeble-minded people, that we can pull the tape out. I'm proud of the people I slag off in the professional development business and other success coaches. I don't mind them hearing that. Although in April, we taped the seminar from the beginning to the end for the first time, fully taped with professional people here, etc. Not because I'm going to sell it, but I want to put that in the time capsule. We may use sections of it from time to time for some future product, but that's not the real reason. Now, had an enjoyable lunch, for a good beginning of the day, and we're going to discuss Steve Jobs, God rest his soul. I've talked about high-performance people. I've talked about them in relationship to me. I've talked to them into relationship to you, or the characteristics you don't have that they had. Everybody from Zuckerberg on Z to Gates, etc. Now we're just going to spend a couple of minutes to talk about Steve, who I met back in the 80s. A visionary. He went to about a half a semester at college at Oregon University. So university is certainly not the end-all in advanced degrees, even from Ivy League schools. It's not the end-all. Okay? But he was a tough taskmaster, and these are some of his characteristics. According to a combination of books that have been written about him and Steve Wozniak, his co-founder, who I quote here in a little bit. He was a tyrant, insane ambition. Jobs yelling at you was frightening. He was adopted. Okay. He also abandoned his first family. Computers to him were tools of oppression. His words, not mine. Okay? Scully and Jobs. What did Jobs say? He had told Scully when he brought him in to be CEO, do you want to sell sugar and H2O the rest of your life or change the world? What have we been talking about? Change. Taking risk. Without great risk, there's no great reward. Surpassing his own sense of reality, irrespective of the facts. He didn't care what anybody said. If his reality said this, that's what they did. Would not hesitate to call you at 2 a.m., had not time for people he didn't respect, would fix in an elevator ride, 25 seconds at 7th floor. In other words, he'd tell you what he thought of you in 25 seconds in an elevator ride. He had no compunction. He certainly wasn't politically correct. Don't waste time living somebody else's life. Stay hungry, stay foolish. Now, some of these are from his speech that he made to Stanford University in 2005, his commencement speech. Okay. As opposed to a guy like Musk. Different personality. Musk is a South African computer science engineer, I believe. And he's got a different personality, lower key. Same stuff, takes big risks. Again, we're back to what differentiates the high-performance people? They make the big bets. And they're not afraid of mistakes. And they make a lot of mistakes. Bill Gates, they make it, sell it, fix it. Because it doesn't work. Some of Elon Musk stuff. Co-founder of PayPal, Tesla Motors, Space Exploration Technologies, born in South Africa, from an engineer, South African engineer and Canadian-born mom. Immigrated to Canada, earned an undergraduate degree in economics from Penn, an Ivy League school. 3 areas of conference he considered was the internet, clean energy, and space. He's in all of them. Moved to California in '95. and enrolled in a program of high-energy physicists at Stanford, stayed 2 days, and then dropped out, another dropout at a graduate degree level. 1999, Compaq's Alta Vista division acquired Zip2 for $307 million, $34 million in stock options was his. In March 99, Musk founded X.com, which engaged in legal name to PayPal in February 2001. In October 2002, PayPal was acquired by eBay for $1.5 billion in stock. 11% of that was Mr. Musk's. In June 2002, Musk founded a third company, Space Exploration Technology, SpaceX, of which he is currently CEO and CTO. 2008, SpaceX won the NASA contract to replace the cargo transport function, which everybody knows about. In 2010, NASA decided to also entrust the commercial sector with astronaut transport. Now, you have no idea, unless you've been part of space and etc., what a big deal that is for a private individual to get the contract from NASA. That's huge. Siemens doesn't get contracts from NASA. General Electric doesn't get contracts from NASA. Why one young engineer with big dreams, why does he get contracts from NASA? Because he thinks fucking bigger. Siemens would worry more about the spaceship blowing up with a Siemens name on it. No sure bet. Musk, the principal owner and chairman of the board of Tesla Motors, which builds a high-end luxury vehicle, primary investor and the chairman of the board of Solar Voltaics, product and service startup company. The underlying motivation of funding both companies is also combat global warming. These are his current deals. Different personalities, same outcome. There's two ends of the continuum of leadership, which we spend a lot of time on, and management. I'm at one, Henry Kissinger. Everybody know who Henry Kissinger is? Okay. The grand old man of world politics is at the other. But Henry Kissinger has no heart. He's just as black as the guys in my end of the continuum, except he's here, professor, doctor, talks very quietly. But he was the brains behind Nixon going to China in the early 70s. Different personality. Most of the world is at Henry Kissinger's end of the continuum. Not many are at my end of the continuum. And there's a lot more rough, tough, aggressive guys than me, and gals than me. Believe me, I've met a few of them. So when you say I can't be Dan, and one of the things I say in the closing in a few days, if you're even 5% of me, 2% of me, you make a ton of fucking money. But you got to change, and you got to take action, and you can't be afraid to make. You can't be afraid to make a mistake, and you got to fucking man up, you cunt. Like Newsweek says. You got to suck up your pantyhose. And not everybody can do that. Not everybody can do it. But now, people writing bestsellers that I didn't write, Quantum Leap is fashionable. It's probably time for me to get out. It's probably time for me to get out because when everybody else starts quoting me, then it's time to quit. I've never read the book. It's still in the wrapper. I'm sure I can't learn one fucking thing from the book. I'm positive. And I really don't want to get pissed off, in case that he plagiarized me. Because I need another lawsuit like I need AIDS. But I'm sure he's an honorable guy. Here's an honorable guy. So I'll leave James Mapes alone. I'm sure he is a good guy. Okay, are there any questions before? No, not yet. You're going to read. I want you to read it for the...
Yep.
Okay, so what slide number? We don't know. So we're going to do it the Roma way. He's going to go one by one. It'll be here 45 minutes, but you find it. Go back. We have one of the attendees that wants to read the QLA Creed. Now, the QLA Creed I made up several years ago, and it has a lot of SEAL team in it, Ranger School in it. What else? Astronaut, because they've all got creeds. So I read over them, and read over, and I took what was applicable to us. And for me personally, you guys never went to that training. I did a lot of it, not the astronaut training. They tell me I'm too big for an astronaut. They don't have astronauts this tall. It's important. Okay, so now we're going to have our Romanian. He's not a gypsy, but to me, euphemistically and lovingly, I'll call him a gypsy. Hit it.
The QLA Credo. In times of financial war or uncertainty, there is a special breed of warrior ready to answer this special call. A common man or woman with uncommon desire to succeed. Forged by adversity, he or she stands alongside the finest specially to serve the world of business and protect and enhance a better way of life. I am that man and woman. QLA is a badge of honor and heritage. Bestowed upon me by the heroes that have gone before, it embodies the trust of those I have sworn to protect, my family. By wearing the QLA mantle, I accept the responsibility of my chosen profession and way of life. It is a privilege that I must earn every day. My loyalty to QLA and team is beyond reproach. I humbly serve as a guardian to my fellow QLA trained, always ready to defend those who are unable to defend themselves. I do not advertise the nature of my work, but do seek recognition for my actions. I voluntarily accept the inherent hazards of my QLA training, placing the welfare and security of others before my own.
I'll just change it.
Oh. I serve with honor on and off the financial battlefield. The ability to control my emotions and my actions, regardless of circumstance, sets me apart from other men and women. Uncompromising integrity is my standard. My character and honor are steadfast. My word is my bond, no matter how inconvenient or politically incorrect. We expect to lead and be led. In the absence of orders, I will take charge, lead my partners and accomplish the mission. I lead by example in all situations. I will never quit. I will never quit. I persevere and thrive on adversity. QLA expects me to be physically harder and mentally stronger than my competition. If knocked down, I will get back up, every time. I will draw on every remaining ounce of strength to protect my partners and family and to accomplish our mission. I am never out of the fight and understand the sacrifices required. We demand discipline. We expect innovation. The lives of my partners and the success of our mission depend on me. My technical skill, tactical proficiency, and attention to detail. My training is never complete. We train for war and fight to win. I stand ready to bring the full spectrum of power to bear in order to achieve my mission and the goals established by my goals and aspirations. The execution of my duties will be swift and violent when required, yet guided by the very principles that I serve to defend and honor. Honesty, morality, legality, and ethics. Talented men and women have fought in the trenches of life, building the proud tradition and feared reputation of the QLA warrior, that I am bound by my honor to uphold. In the worst of conditions, the legacy of those that have gone before me steadies my resolve and silently guides my every deed. I will not fail.
Okay. We have guys and gals that read this every fucking day. And guess what? They're the winners. They're all winners, but they're the super winners. Because it takes commitment. You don't feel like reading this every goddamn day. Just like when we talk about aspirations and goals, I don't do my aspirations and goals twice a day anymore. I don't. Heaven for you. But I do it every night before I go to sleep. So I'm sitting there and Sally goes to sleep. She says, she doesn't ask me anymore, are you done? Because I got goals and, my affirmations and all this stuff, but it's discipline. And I don't feel like it every night. But I do it every night. Just like many of the successful people that have come through here do this. Okay, we'll see YouTube later on today. Thank you.